All right, and we're live again.
Damn, they still got this creepy mascot, huh?
What? Officer Justin Beaver is not creepy. He's Delos Crossing's longest-serving officer.
Look at Justin Beaver. He's doing his best. He
Hold
is
on.
the
I
law.
want to catch up on all the Delos Crossing gossip.
Oh, that's all just public safety stuff. Nothing that interesting.
Yeah, so we already did this, but we gotta do it again, it seems like.
100% college tuition paid? Damn. Maybe I should have joined the National Guard.
Beats having your credit card stolen by an online college.
Too soon, Tyler. Too soon. Well, should I decide the wild world of accounting isn't for me?
Can't really picture you in the uniform.
Really? I think I could pull it off. That's still not cleaned up? Assholes. I wonder if the black oyster catchers were still nesting during the spill. God, I hope not. Too little, too late. Of course, it's locked. Home sweet home.
You spent a lot of time here growing up?
Yeah, whenever Eddie was working. The whole precinct's basically family.
It's freezing in here.
Yeah, nothing there.
What? Claire Brown went missing on a snowmobile?
Locked. They never did find him.
This happened when we were kids, right?
Yeah. Marianne freaked out and wouldn't drive after dark for a few weeks.
Don't think I ever read this. 33 years. Roberto Abayan was last seen in Delos Crossing, Alaska, near Colon Boulevard on 2/11/2004. He's wearing a green fisherman coat and rubber boots. His glasses. Okay.
I really hope he's okay. Remember Mr. Haynes?
Vaguely. He had that workshop in his garage, right? Made those huge glass sculptures?
Yeah. He's been missing for a couple months.
Damn. Always liked his art.
Oh, Greg's. Just leaving this out on display again.
Greg's. Like Officer Greg's? The one who was with us that night.
Yeah, he's still here. He became a bit of a local celebrity after nabbing a murderer from Juneau. The guy was hiding out on a fishing boat and got really, really sick after eating out of the chum bucket. So it was actually a pretty easy takedown.
Why do they look so familiar?
You remember Dan and Shelby?
I think so. The high schoolers who were always pissing Tessa off because they would blast fish and make out in the Vecchi's parking lot.
Yep. Dan's a cop now. They're married and have a kid, a dog, the whole shebang.
Damn. When did everybody decide to become an adult?
Oh my god, that's the cutest.
It's cute, but don't tell me you've got baby fever.
Ew, no. Why do men always jump to that?
Can't look at that. Can't look at those. It's interesting.
That's Denise Wilson's desk. Remember her?
Crazy D? The woman who set fire to her ex's trailer?
Allegedly set fire. She was acquitted. And that's Officer Wilson to you. She's obsessed with sled dog races now.
Is that even a thing?
Oh yeah, she goes to the Iditarod every year, and she's got a fantasy league called Musher's Little Helpers. It's really cool.
Man, I forgot what kind of kooky shit people are into out here.
Hey now, I'm in the league. Remember this fella?
No way. Is that Jet?
Yep. He died last year putting himself between D and a bear.
Oh, damn. Poor D.
Hopefully this doesn't weird her out. Oh no, it was her birthday. I completely forgot.
You're a terrible person.
It's your fault. I was so excited to see you that it completely slipped my mind. Oof, I should have gotten her something.
You're a terrible person.
It's your fault. I was so excited to see you that it completely slipped my mind. She's gonna give me so much crap for forgetting her birthday. Oh, looks like she forgot her locker key here.
Come on, man. We can't make these poor kids sleep here.
Well, where do you suggest they go? Social services will be here in a few hours, and this is the only room with a bed.
Anywhere but a cell. We'll find some other place.
Here we go again.
God, not here too. I'm not ready.
Me neither.
Man, they are never gonna catch this guy.
What exactly did he do?
This guy keeps stealing out of people's mailboxes. Asshole snagged a box of fancy washi tape I ordered online.
See, I was picturing an actual mailbox bandit. You know, like hopping around on a post with a little mask on the door.
Huh?
You know, the mailbox is the bandit. Sorry, it was a bad joke.
The mailbox bandit.
Whew, that is going to smell lovely tomorrow.
It's from Tessa's restaurant, right?
Uh-huh. Everyone eats there all the time. It's as exciting as food gets in Delos Crossing.
There's not much more down here. Just gonna check the doors to trigger any dialogue.
Still locked. What do you know? Still locked. Eddie must have locked it already. Something's in the way. Tyler, you coming?
Bloop.
I'm guessing this is where they stash all the guns and stuff.
Well, it's not exactly Fort Meade, but yeah.
You think we could find some files about Marianne in the archives?
I don't know, but it's off limits anyway.
Maybe Eddie would show us her file?
All right, time to see Eddie.
Allison, hey. Just finishing up a call. Trying to convince Melinda the Ravens and her garbage aren't police business. Give me a few minutes.
Sure.
Make yourselves a cup of coffee. Here's the key to the break room.
Thanks.
Come back upstairs when you're done, okay?
Coffee sound good? The machine is in the break room downstairs.
Uh-huh.
Coffee.
You know, I really thought I'd locked those memories in some deep, deep part of my brain.
Same here.
Yeah, this is the one that was blocked. Where?
Something's in the way.
Break room down here?
Where are we going?
We're just gonna sit down in here, and I'm gonna ask you a few questions, okay?
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah. I just usually try my best not to remember that night when I'm here.
I would too.
Okay, let's go in.
Allison, but
I broke him.
break room.
Somebody's
Didn't Tessa
phone.
buzz Dawn for smoking weed behind the store once?
Yep.
Hey, is this Crazy D's locker?
Yep. I think so.
We need a key to open it.
Musher's little helpers, snowmies, oh, lightning howls, Arctic puppies. Well, I know where a key is. Unless my key works. So it's personal locker.
Oh. Looks like she forgot her locker key here.
Can't grab it. At least I don't think I can.
Huh. Looks like she forgot her locker key here.
Nope.
Allison, how about that coffee we were talking about?
Yep, it's locked. Ugh, they've let this place get gross. Ooh, that's gotta be a new record. Check out this masterpiece.
You made it?
Uh-huh. I glued it to the pot one day when I was bored, and nobody has bothered to peel it off. I'm not that hungry.
Ah, this leads to the break room.
This is heavier than I expected.
Alright, same newspaper. Just look around a
You
little
think they'll
bit.
mind if I take one?
These are definitely the same cookies that were here last week, but knock yourself out.
Ugh, I'm so hungry.
I'm not going in.
Time for some coffee.
How is it still warm? You sure you want coffee this late in the day? You'll be up all night.
I don't think I'll sleep much anyways. Too much on my mind.
Those dusty couches won't make it any easier. Hey, you okay?
I can't do this. Calm down, Allison. Stick to the plan. Come on, don't freak out on me now. I can't. Please, I can't lie. We already lied. It's all gonna
Lie.
be fine, okay?
You okay?
Honestly, no. Do you ever regret?
No. No way. Well, maybe once or twice early on, but now, no way. I mean, look where we're at. Look where I'm at.
Uncle Eddie's probably done by now. We should go find him.
Do you mind if I go inside that room for a second?
You sure? first time I've been in here since that night. Eddie was so uncomfortable, he dropped a vase. What are you looking at?
This poster. I kept staring at it that night. I was picturing myself in the forest, hunting for goblin treasure. Just wanted to be anywhere but here.
Yeah. Huh. What's that back there? No way. Have you been hiding back here all this time?
Who is it? It's like a mountain yeti. The Ice King. Ah.
I'm pretty sure Chief Brown is done with his phone call by now.
Here, have a seat.
All right.
Damn it. Sorry.
Huh. They kept this?
What?
It's that vase. They glued it back together.
It's got like that Japanese melding ceramic thing. I forget what it's called. Looks like it's gold.
Why did you separate us? Is Ollie okay?
Ollie's just fine, honey. They're all in the other room having cocoa. Everything's gonna be okay. I need to ask you a few questions now. Come with me?
You're awfully quiet.
Yeah. Sorry. Trying to deal, but it's a lot.
No more memories over here.
Hey, sorry that took so long. Sometimes these old folks want us to come out just because they're lonely.
No worries, Uncle. Hey, you remember this guy?
Yeah, of course. How can I forget? Tyler Ronan, back in Delos Crossing.
It's, good to be back.
And just look at you. A man grown.
Yep, guess I ate my Wheaties.
The whole clan's so proud of you. How you work with those kids at Fireweed. I always say children are the future.
I thought that was Whitney Houston.
Come on, bro. She stole her entire act from me. Everybody knows that. Look at you two. Reunited and it feels so good, huh?
Yeah, not sure how I got by without this dork. Look, Eddie, we aren't here just to say hi. We found something in Marianne's room. Things aren't really adding up anymore, and we've got questions.
Oh, yeah?
Did she mention anything about us that might have been worrying her? About Tyler in particular?
No, she dealt with those kind of worries all on her own. Kept the rest of us at arm's length.
I see.
I will tell you one thing, though. Your mom. Never knew her to hate anyone for being unconventional. Usually, it's the other way around.
Did she mention anything about us that might have been worrying her? About Tyler in particular?
No. She dealt with those kind of worries all on her own. Kept the rest of us at arm's length.
I see.
I will tell you one thing, though. Your mom. Never knew her to hate anyone for being unconventional. Usually, it's the other way around.
Did anyone mention anything about her behavior in the days leading up to that day? Anything at all?
No. Everyone I talked to said it took them by surprise.
Did you see her at all? Like, in those last few days?
No. I hadn't seen her for weeks. Maybe a month before.
Thanks, Uncle Eddie.
If you want my advice, nothing good comes from stirring up old memories.
We don't really have a choice about that.
There's always a choice, son. I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but there is.
Can we take a look at her file? Maybe we'd see something you didn't.
Her file?
Her case file, or police file, whatever you call it. You keep those pretty much forever, right?
We do, but I can't just pull it out right here, right now. There are procedures.
But you're the chief.
Which makes it even more important that I follow procedures.
Look, Chief Brown, are you gonna help us, or are you gonna be a cop about
Tyler!
this?
No, it's fine. Tyler, I know you resent me, but fireweed was the best deal I could get you.
I'm not mad about fireweed, but I may be a little salty you kept my sister away for 7 fucking years.
That's what this is about? Look, that was the court's recommendation. They're the experts. I just went along.
Yeah, sure you did.
Trust me, son. We all believed that what happened that night was self-defense, but we couldn't be sure.
I can't believe this.
Look, we couldn't be sure, okay? I was trying to protect you both.
So you still not sure?
What?
You still think keeping us apart was the right call?
She was traumatized.
We needed each other to heal, and you took that away from us.
So why didn't you let your sister visit when you turned 18
Uncle,
then, huh?
please. Let's move on.
She's never gonna tell you how much that hurt her, but it did.
That was about me. It wasn't about her. Allison gets that, and 3 years is nothing compared to 7. Right, Allie?
Eddie was just doing his best to protect me. To protect his family.
I thought I was your family.
You are. 7 years apart didn't change that. 10 years apart didn't either. But Eddie's family too. Look, we've all fucked up. We've all hurt each other. But isn't that what family's for? Can't we just move on?
Sounds like the right call. Times like this, I wonder who raised who.
We're gonna stay the night at the old house. We better get going.
You wanna grab a bite first? It's on me. Don't wanna send you out there with empty stomachs.
I would not turn that down. Okay, let's go.
The hell is that? Well, that's weird. That's suspicious.
Stop! Allison! Allison!
What the hell?
Manhunter. Please, Mom. I'm sorry I cut my hair. I won't do it again. I'm going to kill you! No. Please. Please. Mom. Mom, please. No, don't do this.
It was Allison.
This isn't... What? Allison? Killed her. I killed her. Allison, we need to call for help. I killed her. No, you didn't. I killed her. And when they come, that's what we're gonna tell them. No, no. Yes. We look out for each other. That's what goblins do. And brothers and sisters. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay.
Well, damn. Well, there's chapter 1. If I was that close to the end, I would have just kept through it. Gonna see who the voice actors are real quick, and then start the next one. Coco La Lasticat. Don't tell me they're gonna put the VAs right at the bottom. Interesting. 30% sided with Eddie. I didn't get an answer. Learned the truth. Antagonized Tessa.
So what now?
Well, he's obviously not going to give us the truth. So I say we go get it ourselves.
Wait, you're not seriously thinking of breaking and entering a police archive?
Go big or go home.
Belurion. I like when games show those kind of stats. Yeah, that isn't cool. Do you really like that? Does this go right into chapter 2? Seems like
Once
it. Cool.
upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, there lived a pair of crafty goblins.
The crafty goblins did everything together. Until one day, when darkness overwhelmed the big wooden house in which they lived.
Blamed for the darkness, Brother Goblin was forced to leave the forest, while his sister had to stay behind.
Years later, they were finally reunited, and together, they decided to confront the darkness in the big wooden house.
Though they sought the help of their friends in the forest, they found that no one wanted to delve into the long-gone past.
This is how the goblins found themselves alone in the woods, trying to discover why darkness had submerged the big wooden house.
Tomorrow we should play Compass and North Star in the woods.
Be sure to wear your hat then.
You be sure to wear your hat.
All right, who wants ice cream?
Me!
Eat up.
What's going on with Mary Ann? Such a mystery.
Without a word, she went out and buried the tiara in the ground beneath the sapling. And as the final scoop of dirt fell, the tiara felt truly gone, and with it, the final link to her old self. She could only go forward and find a new place for herself in this world, where she was no longer truly a princess in a tiara and a beautiful gown, but a wan woman, alone in a deep and ancient wood. And that was how the princess lost her most precious treasure, and her title.
I don't like that story. There were no goblins, and it was depressing.
We won't read it again.
I love you, Mom. Not me. Just kidding. Love you, Mom.
Mwah. I love you too. Sleep well and dream, my doves.
Ollie? Ollie? What a waste.
Allison! Ollie? Allison, help! You need to call for help. Allison. I killed Mom. I killed her.
So heartbreaking. That was a cool cutscene.
Hey. You doing all right?
I thought coming here would be closing a chapter of our lives, you know?
And instead, we've spun off a whole miserable prequel trilogy. Okay. No. We're not letting ourselves do this again. Come on, up. Mind-numbing labor's a great way to forget your troubles.
Can't we just have coffee instead?
No. On your feet, soldier.
Goblin. He's a goblin.
Let's take a break from packing and sort out the furniture. If we get enough done, I'll drive you into town and buy you a gallon of ice cream.
Mint chocolate chip, 2 gallons. Let's do this.
Yikes.
Goblin face is keep. $sign is donate or sell, and trash can is, well, trash. By the way, I cleared out most of the stuff from the bathroom this morning, but I left you the toilet.
How very generous of you. You're doing a great job.
Thanks?
Ancient appliances, you are staying here. Although, that oven looks in okay enough shape.
No way. We are not moving the oven.
Dumpin' cake. Okay. Ingredients: 1 can cherries, 1 can crushed pineapple, 8 ounces chopped walnuts, crusted by the twins, chocolate chips. The cake mix: 2 cups flour, sifted, 1 teaspoon salt. It's an actual like recipe. Makes me want to bake something.
Crummy table and wobbly chairs.
Yeah, we're both trying to sell the house. Sell it.
We're finished this, and you've got a brand new table.
Oh, thanks. That's so nice of you to offer.
Oh, God, what's that smell?
Ooh, what's that smell? Ooh, what's that smell? Smells like delicious garbage. Ooh, yes, delicious indeed. Or could it be Stinky Pants Sam? Oh, Stinky Pants Sam!
Come on now. Sam got that smell getting a skunk out of our barn. Be nice.
A skunk? What did you do to her? Is she okay?
Sure is. She just went hunting for food and couldn't get back out. All she needed was a little nudge to get her on her way.
Sam Kansky, hero of skunk kind.
I remember being super impressed by him, and it made me want to be a wild animal superhero too.
I was gonna sell the table, but I guess we'll keep it.
Allison, I asked you to clean up the coffee table 3 times already.
Oops, I forgot. All right, I'll clean it up.
Thanks. While you do that, I'll check out the furniture. I'm guessing you want to keep the coffee table?
If there's anything you want, speak now.
I'm not really planning on bringing furniture to Denali. And if I need a base in Juneau, you'll have all the furniture I need.
How very non-committal of you. All right, I'll keep it.
He looked at the camera.
I really like that armchair.
It'll look sharp next to your tree stump nightstand.
I'll be the most stylish mountain man ever. But I was actually thinking it should go in your library.
Library? We may not even have a living room.
I have faith in you.
Maybe it'll be salvageable with a deep clean?
Just gonna keep everything.
And finally, I hate to say it, but the couches get a one-way ticket to the dump.
No protest here. I think I have permanent knee damage from a decade of bumping into the corner of those damn things.
Well, then that's it for the living room. You are relieved from your duties. Are you gonna keep doing that? Yes, you are. Having fun, are we? This is getting utterly ridiculous.
Where is he? Oh, that's struggling.
Alright, I guess that is pretty funny.
Alright, I guess I'm done. I was wondering if there was going to be an achievement for that.
That's a nice face.
I wonder if my horse figurine is still in there.
You're welcome to stick your hand in there to check. Ugh, gross stain is gross.
What happened?
Some unfortunate spillage that brought about the end of indoor tea parties. I hid the stain with my toys, forgetting that they would eventually be picked up.
Brilliant move, Ronan.
Well, I seem to recall a time you stole an egg, put it on the couch, and sat on it because you wanted a pet chicken.
We don't talk about that.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least I didn't leave a stain.
I guess it's finally time to take these pictures down.
Yeah. Still deciding what to do with them.
I mean, most of them are pretty happy memories.
I guess.
You look cute here.
That's not me. I mean, it is, but...
But not really. I get it.
It's just weird. Seeing myself like that again. Damn. Didn't think a picture could throw me like this anymore.
I'm sorry. That sounds really rough.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm like 1,000 times better. But I've got a ways to go before I'm comfortable taking my shirt off. Which is why I'm scheduling my top surgery as soon as we sell this house. No more putting a binder on every morning. God, that sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah, totally. Just so you know, I'll be there to help out when you do. Whatever you need.
Thanks.
All right. What's your verdict, Ronan?
You know what? I'll keep a few. To remind us how far we've come.
It's a big fish.
Oh man, I love this one.
Why do I look so pissed? I remember loving this.
Maybe because Marianne was sticking a camera in your face?
Come on, honey, smile, like Allison.
Come on, honey, smile, like Allison.
Hold up your fish.
It's not my fish anymore. Allison stole it.
My sister, the fish thief.
You were just being bratty.
Was I, though?
Yes. All I did was help clean it when we were out on the porch. Eddie had to force you to share. I completely forgot we had a pet vole for a few days.
Poor
Oh.
Volcano. She was in rough shape when we found her. Good thing Marianne actually knew what she was doing with injured wildlife. Hey, Allison, come take a break with me.
Starting the fire again?
Yeah, I'm gonna boil some water. You want something to drink?
Coffee.
Would you rather have instant coffee or instant coffee?
Nah, sorry. I'm more of a tea person. Get it? Tea. As in,
How long have you been waiting to make that joke?
longer than I'm willing to admit.
I am so glad Eddie came through on the caffeine.
Shh, did you hear that?
The Ice King is sending us a warning.
Finish your salad first. Thank you, Tessa. You're a lifesaver.
Oh, don't worry about it. They're just leftovers from the restaurant.
What about Volcano? She needs to eat her lunch too.
Oh, you're quite right, love.
She can have my corn.
Here you go, little one. You must be hungry too.
Looks like Tessa didn't have that broom up her ass back then.
For your punishment, said the Ice King, you shall be banished from the forest. And if you dare come back before the new moon, you shall feel my anger in your gut. Hear it in the wind. Whoosh!
Do you think the Ice King would really react that way? He may be intimidating, but he's always fair and never mean.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe he tells the goblins to help the people they hurt instead?
Great idea, sweetie. Why don't we think about it at dinner? I'll put everything away for safekeeping while you go wash your hands.
Can you put them in the binder so they don't get stained?
Of course, love.
I still think my dark and twisty version was better.
We put so many hours into that book.
Yeah. Our binder was full of extra drawings and incomplete stories. Think they're all still in the kitchen drawer?
We should go take a look.
What about this?
Come check this out. Allison's first drafts. Right. 'Cause I didn't contribute at all.
Come on. I know you did. I can't believe she kept all these.
You'd think putting them on the fridge for a couple of weeks would have been enough.
You know how we thought of ourselves as the goblins? Did you ever get the sense that maybe Marianne was the princess in the stories?
Yeah. She called her bedroom the princess's sanctum, and she was all alone in the woods, in this house, until we showed up.
She was. Alone, but with a few friends who helped her along the way.
What are you doing?
Research. So, if Marianne was the princess, then who were all the rest?
And here we go.
Oh, come on. Humor me.
This is 79 pages. I do want to read it all. So yeah, who was the frog? Frog was singing. Okay. Yeah, I haven't read that part. So after all this, nobody wanted to talk to her. So the princess walked alone, without help, until she was hopelessly lost in the big forest. Exhausted, she pressed on with no idea of where she was heading, as the hunter drew ever closer, dogged in his pursuit. She continued this way until she heard a heavy croaking, far off to the left, so clear and loud that the princess immediately made for the source of the noise. A few minutes later, she reached the big frog in the small pond, and the frog looked at her with a gentle smile. "Help me, please," said the princess. "I need a place to rest and to hide." "Ribbit," answered the frog, and the princess frowned. "Please stop making noise. The Mad Hatter is after me." "Ribbit!" The frog again, so loud that the princess had to cover her ears. The creature began to jump every which way. "What are you doing?" asked the princess. "Stop all the noise, or he will find us." But the frog kept croaking and jumping around her, left and right, up and down, ribbit, ribbit, till the princess understood the meaning of all the fuss. Cautiously, the woman climbed on the back of the big animal, and then with a leap, the frog set off away from the pond. The frog jumped so high and so far that even the hunter could not find where the princess had gone. With a few jumps, the princess was out of his piercing eye. A few jumps more, and she had vanished for good. The princess closed her eyes and let her clever mount carry her wherever the creature pleased. Less than an hour later, the big frog had reached the other side of the ancient forest, near the shores of the very deep lake. There she landed without a noise, in front of a big wooden house that had been abandoned. "Thank you," said the princess, covering the animal's snout with kisses. "I only wish you could speak, so I would have understood what you were trying to do sooner." As she pronounced those words, something incredible happened. The big frog was suddenly able to speak. First words startled the princess. "The Mad Hunter is always at my heels. Now you are safe, and I've had my revenge. You can stay in this house. It has been abandoned for a long time, and no one will look for you here." And then, without looking back, the big frog jumped back to the pond. This is how the big frog saved the princess, and how she earned the right to speak. So did Mary Ann put her story in this book? Could the big frog be Tessa? Like, did Mary Ann come all the way across from Alaska? On this other side? Very interesting.
Poor Moose. Really didn't do him justice.
Justice? Kind of ironic, huh?
Considering he was the lawful good one.
Too bad the law isn't really just.
That could be Eddie.
Pelican.
She was the most generous one.
Yeah, but there was always a catch.
That's Tessa. Right? That's Tessa over there. That's Eddie. That's Sam.
The bear was the most helpful one. He was always around.
Stalking her?
What? No.
I mean, he was kinda always there. Lurking. You done?
You go here.
Just no better time to read this, except now. I think we already figured it out. Okay, so here's the bear. Once upon a time, in the ancient and deep forest, the old bear stood on the bank of the river, swiping at salmon on their way to the spawning grounds. Just as he'd got his paw on a particularly fat one, he heard a woman shouting for help. He considered simply eating his salmon, but then she screamed again, and he lumbered over to investigate. After a short walk, he found the princess clinging to the top of a tree while a wolf snarled and snapped at the base of the tree. Old Bear would normally not get in the middle of such a situation. After all, as a fellow predator, he understood the wolf's need to hunt. But when he saw the princess, he was struck by her beauty, and he knew he had to help. I figured Sam had feelings for Marianne. Kind of seemed that way when we were talking to him. With a great roar, the bear heaved onto his hind legs, rising to his full height. The wolf snapped and snarled in his direction, but the bear roared again, and the wolf took off into the trees, tail between his legs. The old bear fell back down onto all fours and stared up at the princess. She regarded him fearfully. "You can come down," he said. "How do I know you didn't save me just so you could eat me yourself?" asked the princess. "I suppose this is a fair question," admitted the old bear, "but I promise I won't eat you." The princess had no reason to trust the old bear, except he had kind eyes, and so she slowly made her way down the tree. When she reached the ground, the bear only watched her, and so she supposed she was not going to be eaten today. "Thank you," she told the old bear. "Of course," he said. "Can I walk with you back to your home?" "Of course," said the princess. And so the princess and the old bear walked together through the forest, back to the big wooden house. After that day, the princess would occasionally find gifts from the bear: a fresh-caught salmon, a handful of ripe berries, a newly bloomed bluebell. One spring, when a sudden thaw flooded the path out of the princess's home, the old bear was there, and she rode his back across the river. The old bear began to think that the princess should be his mate. After all, she had no mate. She needed one, and he could keep her warm and provide her a much more suitable den, and catch fish for her, and protect her from wolves. She, in turn, would brush out his fur and pick berries without smooshing half of them, and scratch that one part of his back he couldn't reach. And with how she took care of the goblins, she would be an excellent mother for his cubs. One day, the old bear came with a ring of spruce and asked the princess to be his bride. "I'm sorry," said the princess. "You are a very good friend, and I appreciate all you've done for me, but I cannot marry you. You're a bear. I'm a princess. It would never work." The old bear was crushed. "Can we still be friends?" he asked. "We will always be friends," said the princess, "but I will never marry you." The old bear and the princess carried on their friendship, and after 1 year he tried again to ask her to be his bride. But once again she refused him. This happened 1 year later, and 1 year after that. Then finally the princess said, "Old bear, you are my dear friend, and I appreciate all you have done for me. But I would sooner you have left me to the wolves than marry you, and that is how it will always be. I have my hands full with the 2 goblins who live under my house, and they are all I need." That wounded the old bear deeply, but it was finally enough to stop his proposals. They remained friends, and he continued to give her gifts of fresh salmon and ripe berries, and newly bloomed bluebells. But the old bear never again asked the princess to be his bride, much as he might have wanted to. And that is how the princess befriended the old bear and how she refused him. Yeah, that's definitely Sam. The beaver fixes the house. Well, it said Sam would fix up the roof from time to time, so who's this beaver? Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. One night, a particularly violent storm shook the house. shook the shingles on the roof and the planks in the walls. It even shook the beams on which the house stood, blowing the whole thing near to the ground. The princess hid in a closet, fearing the house would come down on her as she slept. In the morning, the house was still standing, but it was badly damaged. The storm had blown shingles off the roof and planks off the wall, and even bent a post upon which the house stood. The first two things she could fix, but the last concerned her. What will I do? Despaired the wise princess. For though she knew many things, she did not know how to fix the big wooden house. Just then, the old bear came by to see if the princess had any trouble in the storm. When he found her nailing planks back into place, he said, "Stop, princess. Let me do that for you." "I'm happy to do it," said the princess. "But if you want to help with the roof, you may." When the pair were done with the roof and the walls, they examined the bent support post. "I could throw my body against it," said the old bear. "I am very large." He stretched up onto his hind legs, being sure the princess could appreciate how very large he was, then charged straight at the post. He threw his body against it with an impressive thud. The impact moved the post, but not too far, and it ended up bent the other direction. The wise princess decided more precision was needed. She thought then of the very old beaver, who kept an excellent crafted dam. Perhaps she can help. She went looking for the very old beaver and found the industrious animal hard at work, slapping down mud on a part of her dam that had been blown apart by the storm. Most of the structure was unharmed. Because the beaver was very good at building things, the princess knew she had come to the right place. "Beaver," she said, "my house was damaged in the storm. Would you help me fix it?" "I believe I could do that, yes," said the very old beaver, and she paused at fixing her own den to follow the princess. Who is this beaver? The very old beaver examined the big wooden house and nodded. "It'll be an easy fix," she said, and she set about righting the post with loud slaps of her tail. When she was done, the wise princess stroked the beaver's head. "Thank you, beaver," she said. "The wind blew the shingles off the roof, the planks off the walls, and even bent this post. Now, thanks to you, I still have a home." "Think nothing of it," said the very old beaver, who returned to work on her own den once again. That winter, the very old beaver grew ill, very ill. She was not able to fix her den nor to gather food. When the princess found out, she set out about delivering meals to the beaver. She brought stews of corn and beans and baskets full of bark and twigs from the beaver's favorite aspen. One day, the wise princess noticed that the beaver's den had begun to fall apart. She set about fixing it, and though she was not as talented as the very old beaver, the fix kept the creature warm and dry. "Thank you," said the very old beaver. "Of course," said the princess. "You helped me when the storm blew my house near to the ground. Thanks to you, I still have a home, and I'm happy to do the same." The princess continued to nurse the old beaver until the day she came to the dam, and the forest was still. Until no birds sang, no branches rustled, no small things skittered within the underbrush. "Oh," said the princess, staring sadly at the dam, for she knew the old beaver had passed on. "Goodbye, my friend." Aw. I guess that's somebody we haven't met or don't know about. The princess's party. The muskrat. Yeah, there's fairies. Oh, this is about the puzzle. It's fairies. The goblins and the ice cave. Aw. Oh, this is, Allison was talking about finding a cave, but it had caved in at the entrance. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, the crafty goblins were playing near the glacier when they discovered a hole in the ice. They kept through a gradually widening passage and found themselves inside a spacious ice cave. Light spilled down the undulating blue-white walls in a way that made them look like electric waterfalls, and a column made up of hundreds of icicles stood in the center. This was a time before the goblins had settled beneath the old wooden house, and they had nowhere to live. "Perhaps we could live here," they said excitedly. Moments later, the sound of stomping feet interrupted their play, and they realized that perhaps someone already lived here. They hid behind a boulder to wait and see who was coming. The old bear sauntered into the cave, shaking powdery snow from his coat. He let out a giant yawn and lay down in the corner on a pile of tree boughs, snoring within seconds. When they were sure he was deep asleep, the goblins conspired to claim the cave for themselves. They're gonna kill him. They chipped away at the glacier until they had filled a basket full of ice, then hid once more behind their boulder and started tossing chunks of it on the sleeping bear. Now, Old Bear was not the smartest creature in the forest, so when he woke up covered in ice, he roared, "My cave is collapsing!" Then he lumbered onto his feet and ran outside before the whole thing could come down on top of him. The goblins crept out after him and did a loop before coming back to find him sitting outside. "What happened?" they asked. "My cave, it's collapsing," bemoaned the old bear. "And it's time for me to hibernate. Where will I stay for the winter?" It had not occurred to the goblins that the old bear had settled in for the winter, and they felt a little bad. But they did not want the old bear to know that what they had done, so instead they offered to help him find a new den. Together they searched. They inspected cavernous stone and hollowed trees and deeply pocketed knolls. Nothing they found was as beautiful as the ice cave. But the old bear settled in on a packed earthen hollow that would keep him warm and dry for his long sleep. "Good night," he yawned. The goblins gleefully returned to their new home. In the spring, the old bear woke and went for a nice long walk to stretch his legs. His path took him right up to the old cave, where he heard the curious sound of laughter. Making his way inside, he was surprised to find that the cave was intact, and the goblins were inside, playing a game. "What is this?" growled the old bear. The goblins stopped playing and looked ashamed. "We're sorry, old bear," said the goblins, "but we had nowhere to live, and it's just so beautiful. We didn't realize you were about to hibernate, and that we couldn't bear to tell you what we'd done." The old bear was angry at the trick, but the young goblins looked appropriately ashamed, and so he said, "Come with me." He led the crafty goblins to the hollow in which he had hibernated for the winter. "You two can have this spot," he said, "and look, someone had built a big wooden house right over top it. No one lives there now." The bear... Sam was living under? "But one day maybe someone will." The earthen hollow was not as beautiful as the ice cave, but it kept the goblins warm and dry, and they were excited that someday they might have someone living overhead, someone who baked cakes and tolerated their mischief. Interesting. My voice is getting a little dried out reading so much. Okay, so we got this. Let's talk to Sam. I'll read more later.
All right, I think I'm done.
You sure?
How do you like them apples?
You know, I think you might be onto something. What about these guys? I don't see them being real-life people, or this one.
Yeah, who's that mad hunter about?
Yep, totally Marianne.
Why a princess, though? Why not a queen?
She hated authority.
Yeah, she'd have been a terrible ruler.
The specific human attributes you have assigned to these forest animals are truly thought-provoking.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. Look at that bear. Oh, he's all wet. Is that snow? What are those circles? What are those geese doing? Nothing to say about this one?
You better hurry, or the Mad Hunter will catch us! We need to hide. This way! What's going on? I don't know. Is he here? Is he really here? I don't know. I'm scared. Go away! Yeah! Go back to the forest!
No shit.
I forgot about that. We'd been pretending he was there.
And then, suddenly he was.
That was the only time that happened, right? Allison? Wait. It felt way too real. It was...
Us. Pushing our imagination way too far.
Great. Sam Kansky, Grandmaster of Bad Timing. We're not done with this conversation.
Morning, Sam.
Ahoy, goblins! I ran into Chief Brown, who said you were starting to clean up on the house this morning, so, I kind of figured you might need some supplies.
Thank you. That was very thoughtful.
Oh, also got something for you, Tyler. Every man needs a good knife. There you are.
Thanks, Sam.
Good. Yeah.
It's always good to have a knife.
And before I forget, for the lady of the house. It was her mom's favorite recipe. Still make it darn near every week. Think of her every time.
The bear loves
thanks.
his fish.
But we don't have a stove. Still no electricity.
Oh yeah, the fuse box is busted. Just another thing I've been meaning to put back together around here.
Where is it? I can take care of it.
Oh, I don't doubt you can. But, I've been kicking this thing back to life for the last 20-some years. I'll give you a hand.
All right.
Box is in the barn. Follow me.
We'll be right behind you.
Well, I guess old bears can learn new tricks.
Yep. Come on. Let's go get our electricity back on.
Dang it. I wasn't finished exploring. Oh, look at those footprints. Hells yeah.
So, how's school?
I graduated already. Outdoor studies.
Oh, outdoor studies, huh? Well, it's a good thing I came along when I did. You know, I built this here barn for your mama.
You really helped her out, huh?
Now, you know, just a few chores here and there. I was glad to help. Your mother, no. I can never bring myself to leave her high and dry. Anyways, let me find that darn key.
Wait, Sam. You have more of our keys?
Yeah, the one for the barn's called a railroad key. See, it's got this special tip that you can...
Fascinating. I'll take that off your hands now.
Well, I, figured I might still need to do some maintenance, so,
Nope. We're good. Thank you.
Fair warning, door's a bit temperamental.
Haven't you been taking care of this place? You didn't oil the doors?
What? You think I just hang out here all day or something? Here, son, give me a try.
Is that a car coming?
You twist it as far as you can to the left. Give it a nice little...
Damn it.
No shit.
Well, at least the door's open now.
Yeah, that's easy enough to fix. Now, that fuse box.
Oh, no, no, no. You and you are going to clean up your mess. I'll take care of the fuse box.
But I didn't do it.
I'm not asking. Go on.
There it is. What else is in here?
All right, let's take a look.
Look at what? The whole jam needs to be replaced.
Nah, just need to sand
All right.
that part down.
That fuse
Could
box is
refinish
not
the
gonna
whole
fix
thing,
itself.
But that's a lot of work for an old door.
All right. Fuses go into plugs. Should be easy
Interesting.
enough.
Main, range. So we want the light and the stove. Water heater, kitchen, outlet, lights. So yeah, we want 2 and 4. Generator, heater, and garage. So we have 3. So I guess 3, 4, 5, or 2, 4, 5, 6. Marianne, I wrapped up your electrical board. I gotta run, but in case you want to check it out, careful not to overload the circuits. You have to use 15 amp fuses for the garage. Amps total up to 120 amp for the whole house. Sam. P.S. Pretty proud of myself for once. I've respected the right coloring coding. Each fuse should have the right color cable. Alright, so we got yellow, blue, 30, 20, 15. Garage takes 15. We have 115, so 6. Let's put kitchen on 30. Let's put lights on 15. Oh, we also got a 20.
Let's try this one.
Oh wait, they're color coded. Amps 15, so we already got a 15 amp on there. It's yellow. Move fuse. That's a 30. So 20, is that yellow? Yep. Move that one. Place a 30 on there. No! Alright.
Seems good.
You damn fool.
Everything okay?
You two look like you got this all in hand, so,
Oh,
bye.
seems like he really misses her.
What was that about?
What are we gonna do with this wreck?
Take it apart and sell the scrap?
Be my guest. But it sure looks like a pile of junk to me.
Where you see junk, I see dollars.
What is that noise? What, a boat?
Found Marianne's stash.
Ew.
Those have definitely gone bad.
As far as I'm concerned, they always were.
Look like pickles, I guess.
Does canned food really expire? I mean, it's airtight, right?
Not gonna be the one to test that out.
Strawberry, blueberry. What is that one in the middle? Birch and fennel?
Blueberry, salmonberry.
Salmonberry.
Birch and fireweed?
Bet it tastes like restricted freedom and 9 p.m. lights out. Hey there, little buddy.
Are you cooing at a spider? It had better be a tiny one.
Don't listen to the mean lady. You're an 8-legged beauty.
Is it a jumper? Where is it? I want to see it.
I'm gonna put together the sweetest toolbox ever.
Huh, look at this. I think this is where she made all her toys. She was so crafty.
And she could draw and write and take pictures.
She could have been an artist instead of just locking herself up out here. Toilet paper tubes, rope, cardboard.
I wonder what she planned to make with that. Maybe a car? Ooh, or a tank. Allison, do you know who this is?
Who are you talking about?
What did you find?
Do you know who that is?
Yeah. That's Carol, Eddie's mom. I've seen other pictures of her, but never this one.
Man, look at Brown. And Marianne. She looks really happy.
Can I?
Careful, the glass is broken.
Are you okay? It stings. Let's go see Mom.
But she'll get mad. We weren't even supposed to be here.
I feel something strong. It's making my teeth tingle. Over here.
Come on, it's gonna get infected.
Stick it in the snow.
I don't want to. She said not to disturb her and Eddie. Where are you going?
Things were different when she was around. We were family, Eddie. How could you do this to me?
Shh.
Look, I had to make that call.
What were they talking about? I can't figure out what's going on.
I don't know, but I remember that whatever Eddie had to do, whatever that call was about, it was tearing him up.
Tearing him up? He was being a total cop, and Marianne got pissed and threw him out. Here, I'm gonna show you what I remember. There's more. I can feel it.
I had to make that call. I was just following the law.
Oh, yeah? And this little visit right here? What would the law say about this, huh?
Look, I didn't have to come out here, but I did.
You're a goddamn hypocrite. Get out of here!
Marianne.
I said get out! Out!
What? She didn't throw the picture at him.
You sure about that? He was being a complete dick.
How can you be sure? We were eavesdropping. We could barely see a thing.
What do you think happened then?
Look. I had to make that call. I was following procedure. What I'm legally required to do.
Then why are you here? Pretty sure this isn't procedure.
I wanted you to hear it from me.
Please leave.
Marianne. I'm sorry.
Please just go.
Oh.
How do we keep remembering the same thing so differently?
It was a long time ago, and, well, memory's a tricky thing.
Wait, when did that happen?
I'm not sure. I think it was the exact same day she attacked you.
That's what I thought.
But Uncle Eddie said he hadn't seen Marianne for weeks.
Yeah, that was bullshit. And what was all that about following law? What was he doing here exactly?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I have no idea. We shouldn't jump to any conclusions.
Look, I know he took care of you, but that doesn't make him incapable of lying.
I can't see him being that cold with Marianne, even if he was being a cop.
I mean, I can, but who knows? I guess memory's a tricky thing, huh?
Get out.
Alice's probably got some PTSD, so
Goddamn
I'm gonna go with Tyler's.
Get out of here. You're a goddamn hypocrite. Get out of here. Get off my property right now.
So, we agree. Brown came out here and bullied Marianne the same day she attacked us. And then lied about it. Now what?
You go and get a straight answer from him.
Right now?
Yes. I'll go get my car keys.
But what will these mountains of trash do without us?
Fuck the trash.
Alright, I think that might be a new chapter. After this cutscene, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the stream.
Man, I can't believe Brown lied. I mean, I may not be the guy's biggest fan, but he's always talking about the truth and the law and shit.
Do you have to be so happy about it?
What?
I know you've been waiting for something like this. Something that proves Eddie's an asshole. But gloating about it is really not cool. It's Tina. I gotta take this. Yeah, just a sec. I'm parking the car.
Guess I'll just go stretch my legs then.
No, just give me a sec. Okay, Tina, what's going on?
Hi, hon. I've got someone who is super interested in seeing the house.
Oh, that's amazing. When?
They're just in the area for a couple of days, so they'd like to come by day after tomorrow.
Oh, I'm not sure it'll be ready.
Hon, this guy is very motivated, but I know he's looking at other properties. It's not like you've had people breaking down the door.
I appreciate that, but we've kind of got a lot going on over here.
Did I mention it would be an all-cash offer?
It's not the right time.
A cash offer, Allison.
I'm sorry, but it'll be a total mess. I don't want to waste anyone's time.
Okay, well, you tell me when you're ready.
Huh. Well, I think I just made Tina's shit list.
Yeah, Tina, you know, I'm driving on ice. I don't want to die. Alright, that's it. See everybody next time.